Hey everybody, it's Monday. Mondays are a great day to start working out, to start something new, to start a program, to have set a goal and get started towards making progress on that goal. So if you're joining me for the first time, welcome. This is a really safe, loving community. We all support each other. You're not allowed to be mean to yourself here. I don't allow it. What I want here is you to be really proud of yourself for the fact that you even showed up. Because most people don't show up for themselves. They show up for everybody else in their life, for themselves, back burner, ignored, not taken care of at all. So we don't want to do that. So today we are going to do my Guns for Girls arm workout. So we always warm up. The only time we really don't do a typical warm-up is if we're doing a stretching video. Other than that, always warm up. Do not skimp on that part of it. Reach up, bend gently to one side and then to the other. I'm sorry if I don't say hi today. My iPad is updating. And so I'm doing everything off my phone, the clock, the workout. So I'll try to bounce back and forth and see you. Give yourself some hugs. With every single one of these exercises, keep your core tight. It's the center of your power. If you have a ball, keep it close. What else do you need to know? There's not much more than that. Linda! Oh my gosh. Rochelle, Angela, woo! Linda, bed is centered. Rug, new rug. Did you see our new rug? It's gonna look better. We're still a work in progress. Okay, first one that we are going to do, get your mat. I got to take my socks off because I'm slipping around. Apparently the new rug is a little slippery. So, we're going to do push-ups. Now listen, don't be scared of push-ups. I know they're absolutely horrible and difficult. They're always going to be difficult, but you will get better at them. So, hands are a little bit further than shoulder width apart. Start on all fours. And what I want you to do is just go into a plank. Okay? For a little more stability, you can open your feet up. And you're going to lower yourself. I want your fingers pointing forward. Okay, so you're lowering slowly, keeping your elbows in tight. If you only go 2 inches down and then up, that's awesome. If you do modified, that's awesome. I do not care. We are going to go for 15 more seconds. Now we have only 10 more seconds. Lower yourself again. 3, 2, 1, and done. Sit back into child's pose. If you're thinking you got off easy, and that's all we're going to do with the push-ups, you're wrong. I want you to get back in that starting position. And again, you can be in modified. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I want you to lower yourself 2 to 3 inches. Keep that core tight. Don't sink. Don't push up. You're a straight line. Keep those elbows in tight. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. 2, 1, and done. Sit back into child's pose. That was 15-second hold that you just did. Look at you. Okay, one more. We're going to do 10 seconds this time. So again, you're not lowering yourself very far, but you are firing up your triceps in this crazy way. 2, 1, and done. Go into child's pose. Come back up. And, oh goodness. One of these days I'm going to figure out this stupid watch. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Woo! So, now you got that part over with, which isn't that good. So the next one that we are going to do, bicep curl. Now, if you have your ball, use it. Bicep curls are amazing. Because we're going back to 30-minute workouts, I'm still going to keep it light with my weights. You can start with 5. Whoa! All right. So now I have a problem. My ball doesn't stay. Okay, let me try this again. I'm going to try it on my mat. My rug makes me fall on my butt. Okay, let's see. Is this going to work? Is this going to work? Oh, it's working. Okay, now we know the trick. You are in an incline position, okay? Abs tight. Open your feet up if you need more stability. Now I'm afraid I'm going to fall on my butt again. And you're going to curl up. We're going to do this for 1 minute. Okay? Fully extend, come up. Fully extend, come up. Again, I want you using like 5s. If you're more experienced, start with 8s or 10s. Even if you only curl with them for 10 seconds and then you drop to a lighter weight, that is awesome. That is how you measure progress, right? It's not about being able to go the whole minute with a heavier weight. It's about using the heavier weight at all. And then you drop down. You are not surgically attached to the weights, folks. But on the same token, if you are curling and you're like, this is way too easy, you can also drop your weights and go up. Straighten your legs when you need a little bit of a break. We did our first half marathon training run yesterday, 2 miles. It went well. I think, thank God, we've been doing all the walking and done. But now I'm pushing you up. So your triceps are supported on the ball and you're gonna curl. Keep those abs engaged. If you want a bigger balancing challenge, put your feet together. If this bothers your head, put one hand behind your head and support it and curl one arm at a time, and I'll tell you when we're 30 seconds in, and you can switch arms. So your biceps are probably getting super, switch sides. Your biceps might be getting super fatigued by now, and that's okay. You can fully drop. You can drop to a lighter weight, whatever you want to do. But you see what I'm doing with each one of these exercises is I am kicking your butt for 2 minutes instead of 1. Awesome. Wow. Okay. All right, next thing I want you to do is get back on your ball. If you do not have a ball, feel free to do this on the ground. We are going to work our triceps again. Don't be mad. Actually, you know what? Let's do shoulders first, and then we'll go back to triceps. So with shoulders, I'm going to want you to sit on your ball. The more you blow up the ball, the harder it is to stay balanced on it, so I recommend keep it pumped up. If you need more stability, open your legs up. I'm going to actually get my lighter weights for shoulders. Shoulders, I don't recommend going any higher than a 5 unless you're super experienced. So you are on the ball or on a chair, abs tight, shoulders back. You're going to lift up. You're going to go out. You are going to rotate back in and down. Do not do anything that creates pain. Okay, so if you have rotator cuff issues, you might not want to do this. I actually hurt my elbow, my problem elbow the other day, so I'm not going to do the rotation because I heard it the other day. I forget, I was moving something. And so it's been tweaked a little bit, which is fine. I just got to give it time and patience. So again, if your shoulders feel fine, do the rotation when you're out to the side for a little extra challenge. So how do your weights feel? What I do not want you doing is jerking your body to get the weights up. So if at any point you have to create momentum to get the weights up, you know it's time to drop down. If you don't have any lighter weights than what you're using, drop them completely and done. Okay, now ready for part 2 of shoulders. You're gonna go click, 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 and slow down. Click, click, click. I want you 3 clicks to get you to shoulder height, and then about 5 to 6 seconds to get down to the bottom. Click, click, click. I want you slow and controlled. Do not try to rush through these. Click, click, click. Just follow along with me and my pacing. For the most part, all of these exercises are things that you should follow my pacing on, meaning don't try to go faster than me. If you go slower than me, that's fine. You go at your pace, but I don't want you ever rushing through an exercise that's supposed to be slow and controlled. I do them at the pace I do them for a reason. Wow, click, click, click. My shoulders are saying really, really nasty things to me right now. And that's okay, click, 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 because my form's still good. So I'm fighting through with this weight. Oh my gosh, done. Okay, so we're gonna go back to triceps again. Now that I have learned that my ball will dump me off, I'm gonna keep it on the mat. So again, if you do not have if you don't have a ball, just do this on the floor. So I want you to roll out, but the ball's amazing, and here's why. You drive those hips up. The ball's in the upper half of your back. Drive those hips up. In order to do that, you're squeezing those glutes within an inch of their life, including your hamstrings and your quads and your abs. If you put your feet together, holy bananas. The challenge is increased tenfold. Keep the weights above your chest, not above your face. You are going to lower 1, 2, 3, and back to the top. Okay? Get those tiny little pulses in there. Make those triceps work. The fact of the matter is, warm weather is a-coming. So you got to start working on your arms, or else you're going to be doing that thing that women do where they just cover them up with sleeves, long sleeves, even when it's dreadfully hot. Okay, so why do women do that? To cover up their arms, because they don't like their shape. They don't like the fact that they jiggle, and they're going to keep jiggling if you don't pay attention to them and make them work. My lower body is on fire. So that's the great thing about the ball. We're working our triceps, kicking their butts, but meanwhile, our actual butt is getting kicked. 5 more seconds. How do your weights feel? Again, if your form's good, stick with the weight. Just take a break when you need to. Wow. Okay, so now you're going to stay on the ball, or if you're way too fatigued in your lower body, you can get on the ground. Pick those weights up. Earmuffs. Elbows stay in the same spot. So what if you're like, oh my gosh, the burn is just too intense on my glutes and hamstrings? No worries. You get down on the ground. So those abs are still engaged, though, even though you're not trying to balance on the ball. Your abs have to be engaged. Your triceps need the help. They need your bodies to stay stable. Less than 10 seconds. Whew. Pretty good. Okay. Next one we're going to do, get lighter weights. You can go with 5s, that's fine. Oh, this feels like a really good stretch. Okay, I'm going to just check on you guys and say hi. This is good stuff. Okay, so this one we're going to work our wrists and our forearms. Most women just never even think about doing that. It is a very, very good way to go, and a very, very important way to go, because it's an area that you need strength in to do all kinds of things. Think about how many times you grab things, pull things, push things, hold your kids. You need that forearm strength. God forbid you take a spill on the ice, okay? So for the first one, you're going to be doing the wave. So you're holding weights, and you see this motion I'm making, in and out, in and out. The whole goal, you're going to feel this in your shoulders and your triceps and biceps, but the main goal is to really squeeze those forearms. So keep your elbows in tight. Squeeze those forearms. Do not let your arms rest. You're not doing this. You're not resting on your legs. and your movement is tight, like they should almost lightly tap in the middle, your weights. These get me every single time. Something about working my forearms and my wrists is just super challenging. So if you started with 5s, you might be like, yeah, that's not happening. Oh my gosh, 10 seconds. We can do it. Do not quit. Drop those weights if you have to, but you finish the minute no matter what, because that is a big rule. Okay, take a little break, and we're going to go into our next forearm. Now, this is super simple. Let's get up in this position now. Your arms are straight, and this is what you're doing. You see that? Okay, so you're going to curl up, you're going to turn it over, and you're going to flex. So we're getting this flex both ways. It's awesome and challenging all at the same time. So start with 5s and see how it feels. Keep your abs tight, shoulders back. Your upper body is not moving at all. Squeeze. Woo! So again, this is challenging. I'll tell you what, there are not many other people in the world doing this exercise. Okay? And a few weeks ago, I was running with my friend Anna, totally tripped over, like we were trail running, and I tripped over a big tree root and went down so hard, and I'm like, I definitely broke my wrist because I fell, especially this one, fell so hard, and I got up and I was like, and I was sore, but everything was intact. Maria, I love seeing you guys on here. I love when you say hi. It's like my best thing ever. Okay, so the next one that we are going to do, we are going to work delts. So I am going to, so your delts are this area in here. So when you hear that people have like the V with the broad shoulders, narrow waist. So the exercise that we are going to do, you're going to put your feet hip width apart. And you're going to squeeze up. So you're going to feel this in your shoulders also. Okay, so you bring them together. Now this is your position. Okay, I want really, really good form. I don't want you going to get those weights up. You will see people doing that in the gym. You will see big muscle heads getting momentum to get those weights up. I've seen so many people get injured that way. So we don't do that. We are slow, controlled. When our form starts to falter is when we drop down in weight. If your form is good and the weight just feels really heavy and the burn's intense, 3 to 4 second break and you get back into it. If 8 seconds later you're like, holy cow, the burn is so intense, you take another break. Breaks are not a sign of weakness. How many times have you guys heard me say that? But I just keep repeating myself so it will set in. Hi. Okay, so now we're going to go back to part 2 of the delts. So you're pumping, and you're pumping. Do you need me, honey? Because you're standing there. Okay. Oh my gosh, the burn's so intense. But I'm not dropping my weights. I just took a little break while trying to talk to my kid. I don't know.
Fine if you don't know.
I'm not sure. 10 more minutes, I think.
Okay.
Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Oh my gosh, so intense. So I'm dropping down. I do not want bad form. I do not. Don't let your core release. Holy moly, holy moly. Oh. Oh. You guys, this is the most intense burn of all for me. Again, not an area that you work a lot. So, of course, that was really, 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 really challenging. I'm just going to stretch out for a second and rest. Okay, have some water. I forgot my water. And now that my kid left, I can't do it. Oh, I do love this one. I don't want to say love. That's too strong a word. Okay, so what I want you to do is you're in this position. Your fingers are facing your feet. I want you to rock those, rock your hips forward and up. And you're going to lift. And we are lowering. You do not have to lift your foot. The reason that I like that is because if both feet are down, you don't have as much range of motion. When you get that foot up, you have more range of motion, so you can punish those triceps a little bit more. I know we don't like this. The burn is super intense, but we keep doing it so that we don't have the waddle when we wave hello and goodbye. Okay, switch to the other leg. Come on, guys. I know this is so intense. Okay, I'm not talking to you. Does anyone else's watch do that? Oh my gosh. Come on. Press forward 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. I know. I understand. If you're mad at me, I swear I do. I swear I do. But I'm not going to let it bother me because it's just my job to help you guys push yourself, because I know for a fact that you are a lot stronger than you think you are. So we're going to keep pushing forward with our triceps. You're going to sit on your ball. Feet together makes it harder. I'm getting off the carpeting so I don't fall again. Your arm is up, and you're going to lower that weight. You should be able to tap between your shoulder blades and come up. So we are going to do 45 seconds on each arm. So because my knees are together, I'm having to fight to stay stable on this ball. Woo! And that is why it's a beautiful thing. And certainly if you're on a wood floor, the rug makes it a tiny bit easier, but not much. If you're on a wood floor and you've got your ball well inflated, you know that you are fighting to keep your balance. Oh my gosh. Guys, don't start flinging that weight if that happens. Other arm. So get your form set before you start to just go off on the other arm. Make sure that you're stable. Make sure your abs are tight, your shoulders are back. Really squeeze those triceps. How does your weight feel? If your form starts to get wonky, drop down. If your weight is too easy, go up. So guys, tomorrow, I'm going to have my dice workout for you. Do you remember that? I did that with Kelly over the summer. We roll the dice and it tells us what we're going to do and for how long or how many reps. And it is a butt kicker, but it's also really fun. Okay, how are we doing time-wise? What time did we start? Oh, we're doing awesome. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so one of the things we deal with a lot here is really strengthening our core. I have you do a lot of things to get a rotation in your trunk because it's critical. It's critical. Your core weakens naturally after having kids as you get older. And that's why a lot of older people have back pain, back weakness, all of that. So we want to avoid that. So this is sort of a back stabilization, trunk stabilization exercise while also working our biceps. So your feet are hip width apart, and I want you to bend over and you're gonna curl. So feel the difference in doing a curl in this position than if we're just standing up doing a curl. So good form, abs engaged the entire time. I do not want you being sloppy, so this is your position. Okay, so you're hinged over. If your back can be flat, like someone could set a tray of drinks on you, that's awesome. If you can only get down to here, that's okay. I still just want you super, super stable. That is the goal. So I'm using 5-pound dumbbells. These feel awesome. As I get more back in, you know, I might start with 8 on this, but I don't know that I would make it very far. Because again, your center of gravity is off in this way. But you feel how hard your abs are working, how hard your back is working, while your biceps are getting their butts kicked. So that's the goal. Squeeze, oh my gosh. 3, 2, 1, done. You guys are awesome, get your ball back. Again, now I'm a little afraid that this thing's gonna fly out from under me. So I'm gonna push it up against my bed. And you are gonna bend over. Now you can also sit in a chair. Your elbow goes on the inside of your knee, okay? Click, click, click. Remember we did that before, and then slow down. So we're gonna do 45 seconds on each. So click, 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 curl all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until you're fully extended. Click, click, click. And slow going on the way down. Now I'm using a 5. Normally I probably would have started with an 8 pre-COVID. So a lot of people have sent me messages like, how are you doing? How are you feeling? I think it was a very big step for me to not work out. I think that was the best thing I could have done for myself. I read enough articles that scared the crap out of me about what happens if you try to jump back into exercise too quickly. I think I've been really kind and gentle to myself. The walking has been a tremendous boon just to everything, time with Dave, just overall health. So that's been great. Other side. And so I think I'm feeling pretty good. I definitely still get these moments where the fatigue washes over me like the heaviest, darkest blanket ever, where literally if I'm driving, I'll stop driving. I'll get off because I feel like I'm going to fall asleep at the wheel, and it comes on pretty quickly. I'll be totally wide awake, and then I just get this wall of fatigue that just comes over me. So I finally just have given into it, and I'll set my alarm on my phone and just allow myself to doze off, and I always fall asleep. You know, sometimes when you try to take a nap, you can't always fall asleep. No. When this happens, it's like immediate. I am asleep, my alarm goes off, and I'm like, okay. So thank you for all of you who have checked in and asked. I've gotten a few of you saying, I've gotten it. What was the best advice that you got? And so I'm happy to tell you about that. But the biggest thing is, while we're all in sort of this weird limbo world, just take care of yourself. We all have, you know, everybody's got their stuff. And if you take care of yourself, you stand a lot better chance of weathering it. So tomorrow, I don't know where the other one went. Anyway, these are the dice. So this is the one that tells you how many reps or how long it's going to go. So I have another one that tells us the exercise we're going to do. This is what I'm doing tomorrow. We are going to have fun. We'll go about 25 minutes, same time because I have to run. I have a training run tomorrow morning. So it will be 8:30 a.m. Central, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. I love you guys. I'm so happy to be back to the full-length workouts, and that felt great, which makes me super happy. And if you pay attention to my shirt, I won't quit, but I will cuss the whole time. So that is my motto, and my motto for you. We do not quit at ViscoFit, okay? It's just not what we do. So I'll see you tomorrow morning.